radiate happiness.
I like to think that I bring an even and calming presence to these proceedings.
Two people today said to me, how can an intelligent attorney sit there and take the shit and listen to that stuff? I had two very prominent businessmen today. I had some really serious conversations with people today. It was actually a funny day.
I've been asked that question many times. Now, if I didn't have to, I probably wouldn't.
We're ready to go.
Okay. 7:03. See that? Can you make it?
I know the reasons. Do we want to know the reasons?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all for being here for this meeting of the Town Board of the Town of Carmel. Before we get started, as always, we're going to have the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. Would everybody please rise? And Councilwoman McDonough, would you lead us tonight?
Please stand a moment and remember all of the men and women who are overseas and local who are fighting for our freedom. Thank you.
Thanks, sir. Okay, once again, good evening, everyone who's attending this evening and those at home that are watching this meeting of the Town Board of the Town of Carmel. Tonight's meeting is a Town Board voting meeting, and the date is Wednesday, December 4th, 2019. At 6 p.m. this evening, the Town Board met in executive session to interview candidates for the Carmeltown Justice position that a vacancy has been created due to the election of Judge Joe Spofford to Putnam County Court. So the board is interviewing 5 candidates that submitted their letters of interest and their resume. We had 2 this evening at 6 p.m. We had the first one at 6:30. The second individual came in. We have 3 more tonight after the conclusion of this meeting. So we're going to wrap up the interviews tonight, and it's expected that the board will then deliberate and go over and speak about the candidates that we interviewed and select a replacement for Judge Spofford in the very near future, perhaps within the next week or two. So what we have tonight is, for the record, all town board members are present with the exception of Councilman Schneider, who couldn't be with us tonight. He had a family matter that he had to attend to, and he apologizes for not being here with us. Town Clerk Ann Spofford is all the way down to my right. All the way down to my left is Greg Fulchetti, Carmel Town Council, and in the audience is 2 town board members-elect. Frank Lombardi is here with us, and Bob Shannell is here as well tonight. And they did sit in on the interviews for the candidates for Town Justice, and they're going to be meeting with us at the conclusion of this meeting for the remainder of the interviews. So thank you, Frank and Bob, for attending the meeting tonight. Appreciate it. Okay, so we have a public hearing. That's the first item on the agenda, and that's to consider the 2020 tentative assessment rolls of Carmel Water Districts 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and extensions thereto, as well as Carmel Water Districts 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, and 14, and extensions thereto, as well as the Town of Carmel Garbage District. So at this point, I'm going to ask the Town Clerk, Ann Spofford, to please read the notice of the public hearing.
Notice is hereby given that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel, pursuant to Town Law, Section 202-A, will conduct a public hearing at the Town Hall, 16 Manhattan Avenue, Mahopac, New York, on Wednesday, December 12th, 2018, at 7 o'clock p.m. or as soon thereafter that as possible for the following purpose. And it's to consider the 2019 tentative assessment rolls per the supervisor's description earlier. Be it further noticed that the 2019 tentative assessment rolls may be inspected at the Town Hall, 60 McAlpin Avenue, Mahopac, New York, during normal business hours. At said public hearing, all interested persons shall be heard on the subject thereof. The Town Board will make every effort to assure that the public hearing is accessible to persons with disabilities. Anyone requiring special assistance and/or reasonable accommodations should contact the Town Clerk by order of the Town Board of the Town of Carmel and Spofford Town Clerk.
Okay, all right, great. Thank you for the reading of the notice of public hearing. And this time, I need a motion to open the public hearing.
So moved.
So moved by Councilwoman McDonough.
Second.
Seconded by Councilman Lupinacci. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, the public hearing is now open. If there's any residents that would like to come up and comment on this public hearing, come on up at this time, state your name and make your comment. Okay, there being that there aren't any, I need a motion to close the public hearing.
So moved.
So moved by Councilman, seconded by Councilman Lupinacci to close. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Public hearing is closed then. Okay. So now we're going to go on to the voting portion of the meeting. The first item is to accept the town board minutes of October 16th, November 6th, and November 13th, 2019. I just need a motion to accept those.
So moved.
Second.
So moved by Councilwoman McDonough, seconded by Councilman Lupinacci. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. First resolution tonight is a resolution amending the Town of Carmel Employee Handbook. Councilwoman McDonough, would you read resolution number 1?
Yes. Resolved that the town board of the town of Carmel hereby amends section 802 of the town of Carmel employee handbook entitled Vacation Leave, said amendments being in form as attached hereto and made a part hereof. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Okay, seconded by Councilman Lupinacci. Roll call vote?
Councilman Borelli?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes, motion carried. And what this resolution and amendment to the employee handbook does, it allows our exempt employees to buy back up to 1 week of vacation. And they have to submit the paperwork in order to request the buyback of 5 vacation days prior to their anniversary. So this is something that the board discussed, and we all agree with it, and the exempt employees are very happy that we're allowing them to cash in, so to speak, 5 vacation days. And there's not many of them, so the ones that would like to, this is a good benefit for them, so. All right, next resolution, number 2, is a resolution authorizing submission of a statement of delinquent Town of Carmel Water District and Sewer District charges for re-levying on the 2020 county town tax bill. Councilman Lupinacci, would you read 2, please?
Resolved that the town board of Town of Carmel pursuant to section 198 of the town law of the state of New York hereby authorizes submission of the attached statements of delinquent water and sewer charges for the town's water and sewer districts, as well as pursuant to chapter 114 of the town code as prepared by the town comptroller's office and attached hereto, made a part hereof, to Putnam County Legislature for the re-levying of such charges on the 2020 county and town tax bill. I offer this resolution as read.
Okay.
Second.
Seconded? Seconded by Councilwoman McDonough. Roll call vote?
Councilman Borelli?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes, motion carried.
Kenny, if I could just
Yeah.
state very, very quickly, I hope next year, this, with the radio wave, radio red water meters, that this is lessened, and I've said it in many years of being on this board. I wish that the residents didn't realize, they think they're not paying their water, or their sewer bill, and all it is they don't pay in the current year. It gets sent to the county puts it on the county bill, your escrow account, or you pay it via your county bill, plus a percentage, a penalty.
Penalty.
So you think you're not paying it, but you actually are through the county and you're paying a penalty.
Yeah.
So please, going forward, if you get your water or sewer bill, please pay it, because the town is made whole and the county will be made whole also, and you don't even realize it, that it's in your county taxes. But again, I hope the radio wave meters make this a thinner report and people paying, so they're not being paid 10% more just by simply not paying it.
Interest and penalties, right, John?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Thank
So,
you.
I don't know. All right, thanks, John. Thanks for the explanation. Okay, next, number 3 is a resolution adopting the assessment rolls for the operation and maintenance of the improvements of the garbage, sewer, and water districts for fiscal year 2020. Councilman Borelli, would you read 3?
Resolved that the town board of the town of Carmel hereby adopts the assessment rolls for the operation and maintenance of the improvements serving Carmel sewer districts 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and extensions thereto as well as Carmel water districts 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, and 14. and extensions here too as well. As the Town of Carmel Garbage District of said town for fiscal year 2020 as originally prepared by the Town Assessor Glenn Drosy and filed with the Town Clerk as the assessment rolls for the year 2020. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Seconded by Councilman Lupinacci. Roll call vote.
Councilman Borelli?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes, motion carried. Thank you. Okay, next resolution, number 4, is a resolution consenting to the dedication of the town highway, and the name of the road is Split Rock Road. Councilwoman McDonough, would you read for?
Yes. Whereas an application to dedicate the remaining portion of Split Rock Road to the Town of Carmel together with a dedication and release has been filed by Lori Infantino. And whereas the Town Highway Superintendent and the Town Engineer have recommended that the road be accepted for dedication. Now therefore be it resolved, in accordance with the provisions of Section 171 of the Highway Law of the State of New York, that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel hereby consents to the dedication of Split Rock Road and hereby authorizes the Town Highway Superintendent to sign an order laying out said Split Rock Road as a town highway upon being advised by the Town Council that all necessary documents required in connection with said dedication has been received. And be further resolved that upon the recommendation of the Highway Superintendent and the Town Engineer Consulting, the posting of a maintenance bond for said road is hereby waived, since the top course of payment has been in place for over 1 year. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Seconded by Councilman Lupinacci. Roll call vote.
Councilman Borelli?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes, motion carried. Okay, next resolution, number 5, is a resolution declaring certain equipment obsolete and authorizing disposal of same. Councilman Lupinacci, would you read 5?
Resolved that upon the recommendation of the Town of Carmel Highway Superintendent Michael Simone, the Town Board of Town of Carmel hereby declares the 2 vehicles listed and enumerated in the memorandum dated November 20th, 2019, which is incorporated herein and made a part hereof, to be obsolete and authorizes their disposal in accordance with town law, including but not limited to Town Law, Section 64, 2-A. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Seconded by Councilwoman McDonough and Councilman Borelli. Roll call vote.
Councilman Borelli?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes, motion carried. Thank you. Okay, next resolution, number 6, is a resolution authorizing payment for equipment repair, Town of Carmel Highway Department. Councilman Borelli, would you read 6?
Resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel, upon the recommendation of Town of Carmel Highway Superintendent Michael J. Simone, hereby authorizes the payment to Pine Plains Tractor and Equipment, Inc., Pine Plains, New York, in the amount of $7,455.98 for flail mower repairs in accordance with the invoice dated October 16, 2019. Be it further resolved that the Town Comptroller, Mary Ann Maxwell, is hereby authorized to make any and all necessary budget revisions to effect the repairs authorized herein. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Seconded by Councilman Lupinacci. Roll call vote.
Councilman Borelli?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes, motion carried. Okay, the 7th and final resolution for this evening is a resolution accepting a proposal for professional services. This is for well testing at the airport park. Councilwoman McDonough, would you read 7, please?
Yes, resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel, upon the recommendation of Town of Carmel Director of Recreation and Parks James R. Gilchrist, a well as upon the recommendation of Insight Engineering, Surveying and Landscape Architect, PC, Carmel, New York, hereby authorizes the acceptance of the proposal of Hydro Environmental Solutions, Inc., Somers, New York, for the performance of a 48-hour pumping test on well number 7 at Putnam National Golf Course for the potential use in the field irrigation system at Airport Park. And be further resolved that such services are hereby authorized at a cost not to exceed $11,670, and in accordance with the proposal dated November 12, 2019. And be further resolved that Town Supervisor Kenneth Schmidt is authorized to sign all necessary documents required to effect the purchase of the terms authorized herein. And be further resolved the Town Comptroller Mary Ann Maxwell is hereby authorized to make any necessary budget modifications required to fund the services authorized hereunder. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Okay, seconded by Councilman Lupinacci. Roll call vote.
Councilman Borelli?
No, with the understanding that I firmly believe this the water for the airport park is obviously right in front of our eyes. And if we're gonna spend $11,000, let's spend it on monitoring the lake and seeing if there's any substantial drawdown over 2 years. If there is, then we could always go to a well that's gonna cost a lot of money to the taxpayers to hook up.
Councilman Luminacci,
Yes to the test, yes.
Councilwoman McDonough,
Yes.
and Supervisor Schmidt.
Yes, what is that? So it's 3 yes and 1 no. Okay, that concludes the agenda items for this evening's Town Board voting meeting. At this time, I'm going to open the floor up to the public for any comments on the agenda items that we just covered this evening, 1 through 7. If you'd like to comment on one of those items, come on up at this time.
Hi, Jean Hopper, Mayapack. Is this on? Hi, I have a question on that last item, on the well testing for Airport Park. When that contract was originally signed, and they knew they were going to need irrigation, I mean, irrigation was installed, where was the water coming from originally, in the original plan?
John, do you want to?
Sure, it was 3 sources, one of 3. And to answer the question, it was never fully determined. It was going to either be one of the wells on Putnam County golf courses. This one is well number 7.
Right.
It would be another option would be to dig wells on the airport property near the soccer fields. And really, the first option was, as Mr. Borelli stated, Lake McGregor.
Okay, so when we paid for the original contract for the deal for this park, this was kind of an open-ended water source?
When you say contract, I mean...
The plans, the engineering, the
engineer
studies?
stated- The engineer originally, there's some evolution of this and iterations, I should say.
Okay.
So originally, that field did not have irrigation. When I say originally, when it was in the proposed stage years ago.
Right.
When it came in front of this board and it came brought to life, and to fruition, if you will, because we broke ground and we're getting it started, that is when irrigation then was put on the table. And it was in the engineering report that we will irrigate the field from one or a combination of those 3 choices.
Okay, so on 7, you're talking about an $11,000, is it just it's the well test?
It's a 48-hour well test. They're actually doing it right now, where they're in hour 12 or 13 of 48 hours right now.
Okay, and that's performed by this company, Hydro?
Yes.
Okay, so you mentioned Insight Engineering. What's their,
Insight is the engineering company that designed the park with the RAC committee and
Right.
with Jimmy Gilchrist.
so is there a charge going to them as well on this particular thing?
Not
No.
for that one.
Okay.
No. I'm sorry, I'm not, for that one, no, because that was part of their original, again, I don't want to say original, because the original design didn't have it.
Right.
Their final design for the park, it had them designing irrigation, and that there would be three sources. Now, this is separate. Even when we paid a separate vendor to actually put the underground pipes in the field, so that it's sectioned off for the project.
Yeah, I guess my question is, irrigation was part of this plan, correct?
Yes.
And the source wasn't, at that time, hammered down. It wasn't nailed down.
It was not determined, no, and that's been a bone between Lake McGregor residents, MSA, as MSA has come up, and even this board has said, but I mean, we're wrapping up now.
Right.
If we spent $11,000 now, or if we spent $11,000 8 months ago, no matter what, the test needed to get done, unless, very similar to what Mr. Borelli said, it's kind of obvious, but if we're going to weigh all 3 options, then we're going to need the money.
I understand that. I was at one of the meetings, they talked about this before. I'm concerned because it just seems like a contract was signed, taxpayer money was spent, and there's still some sort of open-ended deal with this water that's affecting people that not only live on Lake McGregor, but that also have well water around there. And I don't know what the study is claiming to need as far as irrigation over the summer for these fields. And I hope that studies were done and that the facts were, you know,
These are the studies that you're talking about. These are the
Okay.
studies that we did a temporary watering of the field through Lake Mahopac.
Right.
Sorry, Lake McGregor.
Right.
And they monitored it, and they're doing a biological study right now, and they're going to continue to follow up in different seasons
Right.
with the biological study of Lake McGregor. But again, that's one option. The second option was this well here. And to your point, they need to do this stress test for 48 hours, run it at a certain point to make sure that it doesn't impact any of the neighboring or surrounding wells.
Right.
If it does, that option's gone. Well 7 disappears.
well, and you know, my next question will be, shouldn't that have been done prior to the construction starting on this project?
Again, personally, yes, but we could
No, I
discuss-
understand. I'm just concerned about that. I think it's going to have a lot of impact on different water sources for the residents. That's all the question I have on those things. Thank you.
Gene, do you have anything for open forum, new business portion of the meeting? You may as well stay there if you do, because I don't think there's anybody else. Were you here for any agenda items? Okay,
No, I think just that. Thank you.
okay.
Thank you.
Mr. Eberly? Was that stop sign installed at Random Ridge yet?
No, it hasn't been.
Okay, it's,
Thank you for calling. The very next day, I got a call from your
yeah,
office.
yeah. The gentleman who's running that project, Mr. Munch, his name is, Chris Munch,
Right.
he ordered the stop signs. I explained to him what we were looking for them to do, what we're asking them to do, and they
Right.
were very much obligated to do it. You know, they agreed, so they said that they were having the stop sign made, it was being fabricated, and once they have it, they're gonna put it up.
Okay, thank you
He's
very
gonna call-
much.
He's
but-
gonna call my office and let me know that it was installed.
But I got a
and
call
then-
the next day at 20 after 10. I was impressed that, like, wow,
Oh, nice.
Who called you?
your office called me. So,
Okay.
Thank you very
All right,
much.
you're welcome.
Good job, Annie.
Good job, man.
Well, thank you very much.
Thanks, Mr. Eberly. All right, and we'll also give you a call once we know it's up.
Okay.
We'll let you know, because they're gonna let us know when they put it up.
Thanks.
All right? I directed Ann to call you.
I just told him that she made you look good, but all right, but you initiated it.
I
all right.
initiated it, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, so, all right.
job.
Okay, all right. All right, so, is there anyone else here for a new forum, open forum, new business? If not, I just have one announcement to make. So tomorrow evening, Thursday, December 5th, we have a very important meeting here. It's a special informational / scoping meeting for the downtown Mahopac projects that this town board is moving forward with. So the purpose of the meeting is to discuss downtown Mahopac Business District projects, the proposed parking facility, and the proposed Swan Cove Lakeside Passive Park. And we're also going to be discussing sidewalks, lighting, traffic calming features, and things like that. So,
Amenities.
what's that? And the amenities, and all of the amenities for all these projects. So it's important, if you want to weigh in and you want us to hear you, so come to the meeting tomorrow night. It's going to be televised also on Comcast 95 and Verizon 24. But the meeting's at 6:30. If you yourself personally want to be heard, we're going to have the podium, the mic is going to be here, the public is encouraged to attend and participate. Don't make comments on social media that you don't want to make here to us at the meeting. That's what the purpose of this is, all right, is to show up at the meeting and weigh in on things that we're looking to do. So it's going to be,
If they can't, or if they don't want to, they can call any one of us. Because I've
Yeah.
gotten several phone calls from people that couldn't be here, asking me to say something. And they could also text, email, whatever. If they can't come.
yeah, a couple of people sent me letters that I'm going to read off. They asked me to read them off at the meeting. So it's an important meeting. This is for the future of downtown Mahopac, or Mahopac, whichever you want to call it. But it's the future, all right? And if you want to be
affects
part of it,
everybody.
and you want to participate in that blueprint, come here tomorrow night at 6:30, all right? And get involved.
Yeah, and just one other suggestion, I know Mr. Borelli, he gave a real, yeah,
Me too?
he gave, well, he
Really?
just spent a lot of money on these.
My voice is loud. It should carry.
They need to hire it up in there.
Yeah.
we'll deal with that after.
Okay.
But it helped, because I know Mike got a picture of a neat, like, footbridge that goes over it.
Yeah.
So if anybody has any pictures that you also want to bring with you, that'll help with the visual effect also, for the meeting.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right, just bring some pictures, bring ideas, because everybody can visually see what we're talking about and try to plan it.
And we have maps that we've enlarged. We've enlarged the maps. There's going to be 4 maps up here that, on tripods, facing the meeting, it's going to be in a horseshoe shape. We're not going to be sitting up here. We're going down on the floor. Everybody's going to be in a horseshoe shape configuration, and everybody's going to have mics in front of them, so you're all going to be able to speak. And these maps are going to be right in front of you. They're going to be over here on display, and we're going to talk about what we're going to do down there. All right, so there's 4 different ones.
Will the maps be up there or we don't have that?
No, we're not using that. We're all going to be down here. I made up enough maps that everybody's going to actually have them. Each table's going to have one in front of them.
Oh, nice.
Perfect.
So we could sit there and go over them. We're prepared for this meeting tomorrow night. So
Yeah.
we just need the people to show up, so.
Good.
All right, I know the Recreation Committee meeting that's usually held at Sycamore Park, they're moving their entire meeting over here.
And
So-
it's going to be after this meeting.
Yeah. Yeah, so they're going to be here, and they're going to participate because of the Swan Cove component, the recreation component. So I want them here and we want to get feedback from them, and they also want to hear your feedback
Yep.
as to what you want. We have 2 representatives, Susie, I think, from Hopac Point. Did you contact them?
No.
To let them know about the meeting?
No, they should know, but I
Mr.
will put
Franco
out,
and,
I would put out.
Mr.
the,
Weiskopf?
Yeah,
Okay.
and there was also the other one.
And the chamber, we have 2
7:30.
representatives from the chamber are going to be here. Tom Ianacari and Larry Zacks are attending. And I was given a letter from Jennifer Marr, who's the chairwoman of the Putnam County Chamber of Commerce's. She asked me to read it. She's not able to attend, so I'll have that tomorrow night also. Our professionals are going to be here. The engineering department's going to be here. Pat Cleary, the town planner, is going to be here. The consulting firm that the board just hired for our comprehensive plan and our code revisions, Bonnie Franson, she's going to be here, and her assistant, I believe, is going to be here as well. So we're huddling up everybody, and this is really the kickoff to the architectural design and engineering for those projects. So good things are happening. We want to move forward with this. We own the properties. Mike, did you want to add anything?
No.
Looks like you want to say something. I think I know what you want to say.
Nothing at all.
Can I do a very,
Yeah.
very fast new announcement?
Yeah.
Different topic. Holiday on Lights up in the hamlet of Carmel. Thank you. I apologize.
Yeah.
Hamlet of Lights parade and tree lighting this Saturday, December 7th. It's up on 52 in the hamlet at 8 o'clock to 12 o'clock in the fire department, in the firehouse. There's the pancake breakfast. You could also take photos with Santa. 11 to 2 o'clock at the Reed Library. You have crafts and snacks. You have songs, sing-alongs, and Santa will be again visiting. He'll move from the pancakes. He'll go to the library. At 3 o'clock in the Carmel High School cafeteria, there's going to be a lot of activity, face painting, children's crafts. 4 to 5:30, there's going to be caroling in the Cornerstone Park, and the chowder tasting is going to be at 4 to 5:30. And then at 5:30 to 6:30, there's live music throughout the whole park. It's a fantastic day and evening. The buildings are all in lights. It's like Norman Rockwell up there. 6:30, Santa strolls up and down Long Lake Glenida Avenue. 6:30 to 7 o'clock is the Parade of Lights. To me, again, I've said this many years, it is one of the best community parades that this town has. It is absolutely incredible. 7:30 to 7:45 is, again, caroling, and the lights will be lit along the lake. So again, it's an all-day event starting at 8 a.m., going all the way to 7:45 or 8 p.m. at night. This Saturday, the 7th, up in the hamlet on 52. It's a wonderful event. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, John. And just one final thing, I'd like to give kudos to the Town of Carmel Highway Department. They did an excellent job this past weather event, storm event that we just went through. Sunday afternoon, I believe they came in and they worked straight through to Tuesday, probably late Tuesday morning. That's how long the event took, from Sunday all the way through. And we had everything. We had snow, we had sleet, we had rain, freezing rain, hail, you name it, we had it. These roads were in excellent condition. Didn't get one complaint from anyone about the condition of the roads. So I'd like to thank Mike Simone, our highway superintendent, Mike Martin, his deputy, and the entire crew of the highway garage, and for the excellent work that they did during the storm event.
They always do a great job.
Yes, so thank you, Mike Simone, and your staff. And also, real quick, the American Legion, the sewer issue, the sewer lateral issue that went on for, it seemed like, for years and years and years, and it did, for 4 or 5 years. That problem has been resolved. It's been repaired, and I also, again, I'd like to thank the Carmel Highway Department for their efforts in working with everyone to get that job completed. So their sewer lateral's brand new, the bathrooms are in use again, and they're very appreciative of everybody's efforts to make that happen. But it did take quite a while, but at the end of the day, it's done, the repairs are made, and once again, thank you, Carmel Highway Department, and everybody else that participated and that was involved in making that happen for our veterans at the American Legion. So, all right, so we do have, as I said, we have the interviews for Carmel Town Justice that we're going to continue in executive session. So I need a motion to go into executive session for that.
So moved.
So moved by Councilwoman McDonough, seconded by Councilman Lupinacci. All those in favor? Aye. Good night, everyone. We're going to close the meeting from executive session. We'll see you next week on December 11th for a town board work session. Good night. Be well.